During the 38 years, or whatever the math is, since these deeds started back in the 70s, who's been maintaining this property?
From the discovery that's taken place, there hasn't been much maintenance of the property. It's largely open grass, so it's not manicured, or so it's not irrigated. There is a strip along Wright Street, about the first, I think people said, first 5 to 6 feet of Wright Street, that apparently was mowed. But I believe that the city engineer...
By who?
By the city.
Why would the city be mowing land that's not theirs?
Because, well, actually, the right-of-way for Wright Street extends beyond the curb by about 6 to 8 feet, I believe. So actually, there's a strip of city-owned land along Wright Street that's inside of the curb, so to speak. So, and then the only other area that I think was ever mowed was the area around. There's a children's playground around there, on the parkland, on the city's property, and some of that land just to the south of there may have been mowed either inadvertently or because there was some claim about there were snakes down there and they wanted to cut the brush back, the high weeds back to a certain thing. But other than those two areas along Wright Street and then just immediately south of the playground, I'm not aware of any maintenance being done on the property.
Has the school district done any sort of spending any money on the property in maintenance?
That I don't know.
And why was there an open space sign on the property saying that it belonged to the city?
The only I've seen the photographs. There were some signs placed along Wright Street. No one's been able to find out when or why those were placed. There was some indication that neighbors were complaining about people dumping like construction debris on the property, and maybe somebody thought that putting those signs up would deter that. But I haven't uncovered anybody who knows when those were put up or under whose authority or why.
Did the school district put any signs on it indicating that it was their property?
I don't believe. The only signs that I've heard of are those blue open space signs that were up for some period of time. There was a sign there's a chained off access road to I guess a head gate for a ditch that's deep in the property. And I don't know if there's a sign on that today or not, or if it's the school districts or the water districts. It's not the cities, though.
Councillor Barraway and then Councillor Kellen.
Mr. Wilson, thank you very much for your presentation. And two things. One, does signage and or maintenance define ownership of a property?
Signage or maintenance? No. I think the only reason those are brought up is they're an indication that if the city were to be deemed the owner of the property, they might make an argument that it should be maintained as parks or open space. But it really doesn't